Faculty Marshal, I now declare this commencement officially open. Please remain standing for the national anthem led by Dustin Schumann, class of 2013, and the posting of the colors by the ROTC Color Guard.
For the brotherhood found in Boston, the resiliency seen in Newtown, and for heroes abroad, beside us now and within our hearts, we remember and honor with a broadened appreciation of the American dream as we proclaim two verses of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang where the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, thus be it ever when free men shall stand between their loved home and the war's desolation, blessed with victory and peace, the heaven-rescued land. Praise the power that hath made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just, and this be our motto: in God is our trust, and the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may post the colors.
Preset, arm. Order, arm.
Please be seated. And welcome, everyone. This is a great evening, and to the graduates and the earners of certificates, this is your evening, really. For all of us here are here to celebrate. The hooding ceremony you participate in tonight recognizes a signal accomplishment, the earning of your graduate degree. And as I mentioned, there are those among us who have already earned a master's degree and have returned to add a professional endorsement, which is no small feat itself. Each one of you is an example of what it means to be a lifelong learner, a citizen leader, and a scholar whose curiosity about yourself and the world around you has been refined in a way that only a graduate degree can do. Your friends and families have encouraged you, patiently supported while you most likely struggle to balance academics, employment, and perhaps family. And I know they are celebrating your accomplishments and are filled with pride, joy, and maybe some relief. Speaking for the faculty as the Chief Academic Officer, I am happy to say that we are proud of you. You not only hold an advanced degree, you embrace a commitment to leadership and service. And no matter what challenges occur in your life's journey, we fully expect you to conduct yourself with honor, integrity, humility, compassion, and a scientific habit of mind. All of us here today acknowledge and respect the dedication and persistence you have demonstrated and the contributions you will make to society. At this time, I would like to recognize the members of Longwood's governing body, the Board of Visitors. Mrs. Mary Ann Radcliffe, the Rector, Mr. John Daniel, Dr. Edward Gordon, Mr. Eric Hansen, Mrs. Rita Hughes, Mr. Thomas Johnson, Dr. Judy Lynch, Mrs. Jane Maddox, Mr. Stephen Mobley, Mrs. Shelby Walker, and Mr. Lacey Ward. Will they please stand, and will you please show them your appreciation for their countless hours of service to our wonderful university. I would also like to introduce the Vice President of the Alumni Association, Mrs. Kathleen Early, and the Vice Presidents of the University, Mr. Richard Bratcher, Vice President for Facilities Management and Real Property, Mr. Ken Copeland, Vice President for Administration and Finance, Ms. Penny Howard, Interim Vice President for Information Technology Services, Dr. Tim Pearson, Vice President for Student Affairs, and Dr. Brian Rowland, Vice President for University Advancement. Please stand and receive our applause. Mrs. Radcliffe and Ms. Early will now extend a welcome to you on behalf of the Board of Visitors and the Alumni Association. Mrs. Radcliffe.
Good evening, and welcome, family, friends, staff, and faculty, and the most important attendees of this wonderful inaugural event, the graduate members of the class of 2013. On behalf of the Longwood University Board of Visitors, I congratulate you on this important accomplishment. You did it, and you should be extremely proud. Some of you may be the first in your family to achieve an advanced degree. You have taken your studies to the next level. Undoubtedly, you've had to overcome ups and downs in all shapes and sizes to get here, experiencing incredible personal doubt, offset by numerous opportunities to grow as a leader, balancing classes with work or family responsibilities, patiently dealing with tense relationships while finding friendships that will last a lifetime, and coping with the stress of papers and exams versus the thrill of doing world-class research and learning real-world skills through the practical application of studies. Let's face it, it's not easy. But you did it, and we're all glad you did, because your success is good for us all. We want also to thank and congratulate all of the friends and family of our graduates who are here with us today. You helped them get here, your love and support helped keep them here, and I know that you will continue to support them as they apply their new skills and knowledge in their continuing journey through life. Some of you may not be familiar with the Board of Visitors. We're a group of private citizens who are asked to guide this great institution, to make sure it's well run, and to ensure that you have what you need. We come from a wide variety of backgrounds and represent a diverse set of viewpoints, but we have one thing in common, and that is our belief that a combination of intelligent and engaged students with a quality university can create some amazing results. As I look out on you today, I will tell you that this belief is even further confirmed. That's because we don't just see graduates. We see some of the best teachers, administrators, writers, speech pathologists, criminal justice specialists, and entrepreneurs. And most importantly, we see the citizens who are the leaders of our communities. That is something that every member of our board is very proud to be a part of. So again, congratulations, enjoy this event, and please accept our best wishes for continued success and much happiness in your lives.
Good evening. As Vice President of the Alumni Association, it is a privilege to induct you, some for a second time, to join the ranks of over 30,000 active members of the Alumni Association who have gone before you. Your membership in the Alumni Association is one of the many valuable ways that you will stay connected to Longwood the rest of your lives. Through your studies, you know the common skills that leaders share, but you share something greater than mere skills. You share a common responsibility to shape the world into a place worth leading. We hope you will join the rest of us in giving back to our alma mater with your time, your talents, your knowledge, and financial resources. So, future generations of students will have the opportunities that past generations have provided to you. You were a Lancer yesterday, are a Lancer today, and you will be a Lancer forever. Longwood has given us the tools we need to be successful in our personal and professional lives, along with the courage and skills needed to become citizen leaders. We are all very fortunate indeed. All that now stands between this fine group of graduates and the top of the ladder is the ladder. So good luck as you guys all climb to the top. Congratulations, graduate class of 2013, and welcome alumni of Longwood University.
Thank you, Mrs. Radcliffe and Ms. Hurley. It is my distinct pleasure and honor to introduce the 2013 Longwood University Graduate Commencement Speaker, our interim president, Marge Connolly. Marge Connolly, a longtime Virginia resident and financial services executive, began her responsibilities as Longwood University's top leader on June 1st, 2012. A former member and rector of Longwood's Board of Visitors, Connolly brought substantial knowledge of the university to her position. As Longwood's interim president, Ms. Connolly has provided direction at the highest level in areas including strategic planning, financial operations, fundraising, and government and community relations. She has also worked to build and strengthen relationships between Longwood and its key constituencies. Prior to becoming Longwood's interim president, Connolly worked as a financial services executive at Barclaycard, Wachovia Securities, and Capital One Financial Services. During a time of transition for the university, President Connolly has ensured that Longwood University continues moving forward and willingly shared her knowledge of business and teamwork with our faculty, staff, and students. She has set a tremendous example for the impact that a citizen leader can make. Ladies and gentlemen, President Marge Connolly.
everyone. This is really, really awesome. I've got to tell you, this is a great, I've got the best view in the house right now, and it is a good one. But I do really want to welcome faculty, staff, family, and friends, and certainly the class of 2013. It truly is a great pleasure to be with you here tonight. And I'm pleased that to be able to have this unique opportunity to hold this unique graduate commencement ceremony that really enables us to appropriately shine a spotlight on your outstanding accomplishments. I was very humbled to be asked to provide the keynote address tonight because, and I mean this sincerely, I am in awe of you, and that is your due. I don't know if you know this, but in 2012, only 10.9% of all adults in America held a master's degree. 10.9%. That makes you very elite, puts you in a very elite group of people, the top 10.9% in this country in terms of formal education, and that is something quite special. And what you've done here is important. It's important for you and it's important for your families because it opens up more doors for you as you pursue your career. In fact, I was reading that the Labor Department estimates that jobs requiring a master's degree will increase by almost 20% by the year 2018, and you will be ready for it. And it's important for our society overall because you are now even more prepared to take on the complex challenges, and there are so many of them, and serve society in both professional and personal ways, in our businesses, in our schools, our churches, and in our communities. So thank you. Thank you for making this commitment and for working so hard to see it through, because I know it wasn't easy. And I know how hard it is to find time in the day to accomplish everything you want to do, and believe me, as interim president, I think I know that even better than before. But you made your education a priority, and you succeeded. Your drive and determination is unmatched, and you should be proud of yourselves. Which actually takes me to the first of two themes that I want to leave you with this evening as you go out to make an even bigger impact in your communities. And since many of you are graduating in education, I thought that you wouldn't mind if I started this with a little tale. I hope that's okay. So here's the tale. Once upon a time, as all good tales start, there were two young frogs that lived on a farm. And one day, these frogs were hopping around the farm doing their frog thing when they fell into a half bucket of milk that the farmer had left out in the barn. Now, they both tried to jump to freedom, but the sides of the bucket were steep and no foundation was to be had on the surface of the liquid. So, seeing little chance for escape, the first frog, he soon despaired and stopped jumping. And we know what happened to him. After a short bit, he sunk to the bottom of the bucket and he drowned. Sounds like a very inspiring graduation speech so far. But the second frog, who also didn't, quite honestly, see that much of a likelihood of success, but he never stopped. He never stopped trying. Even though each jump seemed to reach the same inadequate height, he kept on kicking and he kept on struggling. After a few hours, he was exhausted, and it felt as if things were actually getting worse, that it was getting even harder to move his legs. But he kept on kicking, kept on struggling, and eventually, guess what happened? His persistent efforts paid off as his kicking, you're not going to believe this, churned the milk into butter. And from that now hardened surface, he managed to leap out of the bucket into freedom. Right? So the moral of this inspiring story isn't about actually churning milk into butter, but it's about don't give up. Don't give up. Persevere, and you will be in for a pleasant surprise. And I bet, in many ways, as silly as that story is, I bet in many ways there are days that really represents you. because you kept on kicking. Balancing families, children, full-time jobs, challenging work in the classroom, internships, student teaching, research, most of you paying for this education yourself. And I am sure that there were times where all those challenges didn't feel like milk, but they felt like they assembled themselves into a brick wall. And that for a moment, it seemed impossible to get through. But as Randy Pausch, the author of that incredibly inspiring book, The Last Lecture, noted, the brick walls are there for a reason. They are not to keep us out. The brick walls are there to give us a chance to show how badly we want something, because brick walls are there to stop the people who don't want it bad enough. They are there to stop other people. But they didn't stop you. You wanted it bad enough, and you persevered, found a way to juggle all those things, overcome each and every challenge in your path, and make your way here today. Now, perseverance has actually played a major role in my life as well. Like many of our students here at Longwood, I went down the liberal arts path in college, and I ended up with a degree in political science. I got a job with a bank, mostly just because it was available. But unbeknownst to me at the time, that job and a lot of hard work and perseverance would be the start of a path to leadership and professional success. 20 years ago, I would never have thought I would be standing before you as interim president of a prestigious university. But by embracing the opportunities that were presented to me, even if they were not originally part of some well-thought-out plan, I've been able to grow in work responsibility, been able to live abroad, meet engaging people, and have the chance to give back. But in all honesty, I have fallen into more than one bucket of milk during the course of my career, and I've had to persevere and deal with those mistakes, figure out how to make butter out of that milk and move on. And I thought I would share one of those situations with you tonight. And this is actually only the second time I've ever really publicly told this story, but it's a meaningful one for me in terms of what perseverance in real life can really look like. And this actually occurred back in 1996 when it was still quite early in my career. And I was working with a company that was growing by leaps and bounds. And that meant that we were constantly running out of space in our offices. So to make more room, we decided we would clear out as many of the cabinets that we possibly could. And these were cabinets that were filled up with old microfiche. I mean, folks remember what microfiche is? It's these terrible little film things. And this microfiche was actually copies of old customer statements. And so the plan was we'd box them up and we would ship them off to this secure storage facility in another location. So we got the staff together. They grabbed dozens of boxes, loaded them up, and carefully labeled each one. I want to be very careful here. But unfortunately, there were so many cabinets to empty, they weren't actually able to finish the job in one day. So they stacked the boxes against the wall and went home for the evening. Now that night, the building's cleaning crew came in. You can see how this is shaped. And they saw the boxes stacked against the wall, and they mistook them for trash. Oh, they hauled them outside, and they piled them in a dumpster out back of the building. But unfortunately, there were so many boxes that they couldn't actually shut the dumpster's lid. So they just left it open with the boxes kind of teetering on the top of the pile. That night, it rained. In fact, it actually didn't rain, it poured buckets. And those boxes, as sturdy as they were, disintegrated, disgorging microfiche all over the ground. Keep in mind, this was microfiche with customer statements on it. Now, this particular dumpster was located on a slope which led down to a stream. And that's where all the microfiche flowed, right down into the creek, which bordered a park. So the next day, as it so often is after a really huge rainstorm, it was a beautiful, beautiful sunshine day. And so a lot of families came out to enjoy the fresh air and play in the park. And one little boy in particular, being a little boy, he couldn't stay away from the creek, so he ran over to explore, and he saw something shiny. And he reached down and he picked it up, and he said, "Mommy, look what I found." "What is it, Mommy?" And the little boy's mother took it. She basically knew what it was, so she called her close friend, who was the lead business writer for the Richmond Times-Dispatch. So, this is a true story. As you can imagine, this fiasco caused quite a stir. It was featured literally on the front page, sometimes with a picture of the little boy holding up the muddy microfiche, day after day. And I had to deal with it. It was on my watch. And literally months of sending crews out to look for more fish in the creek. Which is funny when you think about finished fish. Hours going back over processes to fully understand what had gone wrong, conversations with the press, apologies to customers, discussions with my boss. Quite honestly, it was one of the most stressful and difficult periods of my entire career. But I made it. And there were times where all I had was perseverance. I had no magic answer to make this go away. It was just about persevering and getting through it. I did, and I learned. I learned so much, and I became a much more diligent leader because of it. And you too are likely to have your bucket of milk or your fish in the creek moments. But be optimistic. You can and you will persevere because you now, more than ever, are prepared. I know that you're looking forward to having more time to devote to the things that got moved lower on the priority list during your time as a student. But when you're faced with challenges in the days and years ahead, as I promise you will be, I want you to remember what you did over the past few years as you work to achieve your degree. Remember those late nights, those demanding teachers, challenging coursework, the hard work balancing your real life and your classwork. But then remember this day. Remember the smiles of your family. Remember the relief you felt as you passed your last exam. The thrill of crossing the stage and being hooded. And maybe think about a bucket of milk. But just remember that you can overcome any challenge. Just don't give up. Now, as I noted earlier, getting a master's degree is a very big deal and something that very few people accomplish. But I hope this isn't the last time you enter a classroom. And I don't mean the one that you'll teach in, many of you. Because as a famous philosopher by the name of Eric Hoffer said, in times of change, the learners inherit the earth, while the learned find themselves beautifully equipped to deal with a world that no longer exists. And that quote really epitomizes my second theme for tonight, which is the importance of lifelong learning. Now, let me ask you this. If you're currently looking for a new job, are you looking for ads to be a toad doctor? No? How about a royal rat catcher? Well, those are jobs that actually existed and thankfully disappeared back in the 1800s and 1900s. But now, can you imagine a world without Facebook, iPhone apps, or Zumba? Well, if you graduated 10 years ago, those wouldn't have been on your radar screen. I mean, I think back when I was in college and I did my first computer project. And maybe some folks here can relate. You had to create a bunch of punch cards for every single data set, a punch card. And then you put them into this humongous machine, and then you just prayed that something would happen, and they'd come out the other end with the data that you wanted, which wasn't always the case. But, I'm sure at that point in time, there were punch card designers and punch card engineers and punch card manufacturers and punch card technicians. But now all of that is gone. Instead, today we have thousands of jobs worldwide that are advertised for application designers and social media managers, work that demands expertise with both technology needs, but also they need to understand creativity and strategic planning. My point is just that lifelong learning is critical to staying successful in your chosen field and in the many fields that we don't even know exist yet, but will in 10 or 20 or 30 years. And those with the most up-to-date knowledge and the skills will be able to land the hottest jobs and make the highest salaries, and you don't want to be left behind. Trends such as the aging baby boomer generation, better medicine helping us live longer and more productive lives, flexible work environments to respond to the needs of families, and rapidly changing technology will result in opportunities that we can't even fathom yet. So stay on top of current events, take classes to keep up with the newest technology, be proactive instead of reactive, embrace change and take risks. And as Mahatma Gandhi said, live as if you were to die tomorrow, but learn as if you were going to live forever. Now I see in your faces the hope, the promise, and the excitement that marks the beginning of a new and wonderful phase of your lives and careers. No matter what path you choose, you must understand that as an esteemed master's degree graduate from Longwood University, you will be expected to be a leader. Your families, your friends, your workplaces, and your communities will see you that way. And you are graduating as true citizen leaders, and you are well prepared for a rewarding life. So congratulations, and I wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, President Conley, for those truly inspiring words. And now I am pleased to present our graduate faculty and student awards. I will be assisted by Dr. Ken Perkins, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Our first award tonight is the Faculty Research Award. This award recognizes a faculty member for unique or innovative work within their specific discipline that results in publication and represents advancements in a specific discipline. This year's winner is recognized for her recent contributions to the fields of young adult and children's literature, particularly her most recently published article, Taking Classics Outside of the Classroom, co-written with Longwood graduate student Catherine J. Stein. The winner is from the Department of English and Modern Languages, Dr. Jennifer Missy. Please come forward to receive your award. Our next award is the Faculty Teaching Award. This award rewards distinction and initiative in graduate teaching above and beyond the regular requirements, including supervising thesis, research projects, learning graduate study abroad courses, mentoring graduate students at conferences, supervising graduate publications or presentations, or other outstanding service to graduate students. This year's winner is recognized for her 15 years of teaching excellence at Longwood and her fundamental role in the establishment of the Communication Sciences and Disorders graduate program. The winner is from the Department of Communication Sciences and Disorders, Ms. Gail Daly. Medical issues, Mrs. Daly could not be here tonight, but accepting the award for her is friend and colleague Dr. Lissa Power-DeFur. Our next award is the Full-Time Student Award. This award recognizes a full-time current graduate student who engages in unique activities and displays the initiative to take their research or area of study beyond the university classroom or apply learning to the work in the field. This year's winner is recognized for his presentation at the 6th Annual Conference for Medieval Studies, the English 6-12 Academy of the Content Teaching, the Annual Conference of the Virginia Association of Teachers of English, including co-presenting with Dr. Robin Smith and Dr. Gina Southall on their teaching experiences as part of the Solstice program. The winner is Jeffrey Everhart. Please come forward. and displays the initiative to take their research or area of study beyond the university classroom or apply learning to work in the field. This year's winner is recognized for her numerous presentations at national conferences on children's literature and her published article that appeared in the winter 2012 edition of the Children's Literature Association Quarterly. The winner is Catherine Katie Stein. Please come forward. Outstanding service, including performance as a graduate assistant and participation in campus activities. This year's winner is recognized for her service and leadership as a graduate assistant to the College of Graduate Professional Studies, as the graduate student representative on the Student Government Association Board and Graduate Council, and as president of the Graduate Student Advisory Council. The winner is Allison Bracken. Please go forward. The initiative to take their research or area of study beyond Longwood or apply learning to work in the field. This year's winner is recognized for her presentations at the Modern Language Association of America Conference, the International Conference on the Fantastic in the Arts, and her article that is being reviewed by the Looking Glass. The winner is Beth Fagan. Please come forward. Can I ask? Oh, she's she's way up on top. Round of applause and congratulations to all of our award winners. Now, the time has come to award your degrees, so will Rector Radcliffe please come forward and authorize the conferral of the degrees.
President Conley, on behalf of the Board of Visitors, it is my privilege to authorize you to award the degree.
Assisting me in conferring degrees will be Dr. Janine Perry, Dean of the College of Graduate and Professional Studies. The names of the graduates will be announced by Dr. Charles Ross, Dean of the Cook College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Paul Barrett, Dean of the College of Business and Economics, and Dr. Wayne White, Interim Dean of the College of Education and Human Services.
On behalf of the College of Graduate and Professional Studies, will the candidates in the Cook-Cole College of Arts and Sciences for the degrees of Master of Arts and Master of Science please rise? President Conley, on the recommendation of the faculty in the Cook-Cole College of Arts and Sciences, I present to you the candidates who have fulfilled all the prescribed conditions for the degrees of Master of Arts and Master of Science.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors and on the recommendation of the faculty of Longwood University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Arts and Master of Sciences with all the rights and privileges and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Of Business and Economics for the degree of Master of Business Administration, please rise. President Conley, on the recommendation of the faculty in the College of Business and Economics, I present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all the prescribed conditions for the degree of Master of Business Administration.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors, and on the recommendation of the faculty of Longwood University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Business Administration, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Please be seated. On behalf of the College of Graduate and Professional Studies, will the candidates in the College of Education and Human Services for the degree of Master of Science please rise? On the recommendation of the faculty in the College of Education and Human Services, I present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all the prescribed conditions for the degree of Master of Science.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Visitors, and on the recommendation of the faculty of Longwood University, I confer upon you the degree of Master of Science, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto.
Graduates, you will now come forward so we can recognize your accomplishments.
Will the candidates in the Cook-Cole College of Arts and Sciences please come forward? The following candidates will receive the degree of Master of Arts with a major in English. Ms. Susan Stenson, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the creative writing concentration. Brittany Danielle Clark. Amanda Inman Mole. Dr. Jennifer Miskey, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the Education and Writing and Literature concentrations. Jeffrey Craig Everhart II. Lindsay Turpin Nichols. Leslie Susan Rebels Parker. Catherine Joyce Stein. The following candidates will receive the degree of Master of Science with a major in Sociology. Dr. William Berger, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the Criminal Justice Concentration. Shayna Starr Anderson. Edwin Franklin Long III. Paula Cruz Oriana. I now call on Dr. Linda Wright, Associate Professor of Marketing in the College of Business and Economics, to come forward to recognize her daughter. Martha Elizabeth Wright.
That is like mother, like daughter. Congratulations to both of you. Will the candidates in the College of Business and Economics please come forward? The following candidates will receive the degree of Master of Business Administration. Ms. Abigail O'Connor, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the General Business and Retail Management concentration. Cameron Marie Carter. Katie Rose McDermott. Matthew Edward McDermott. Laura Marie Sneed. James Brandon Moyer.
You hear us, Brandon?
Will the candidates in the College of Education and Human Services please come forward? The following candidates will receive the degree of Masters of Science with a major in Communication Sciences and Disorders. Dr. Alyssa Powell, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in this major. Jennifer Lynn Belfado. Sarah Elizabeth Betts. Rachel Jeannie Reninga. Francisco. Jennifer Lee Hazelwood. Courtney Marie Lewis McGrath. Jessica Sue Pop. Lauren Elaine Ford. Lauren Elaine Robinson. Alexander Coates Sharp. Kristen Epps Vaughn. Laura Ruth Zerber. The following candidates will receive a degree of Master's of Science with the major in education. Dr. Sharon Emerson Spinell and Dr. Maria Timmerman, graduate program coordinators, please come forward to hood the students in the K through 8 mathematics concentration. Francine Walker Davis. Lynn Moore Good. Christine Marie Harlow. Mary McDuffie Brown Jones. Juanita Bell Sims. April Whitlow Smith. Dana Michelle Rocco Witt. Dr. Willie Getz, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the Spanish and English as a second language pre-K through 12 initial licensure concentration. She will now hood her daughter, Olivia Danielle Exton. Dr. Jennifer Apperson and Dr. Don Fleming, the graduate program coordinators, please come forward to hood the students in the counselor education concentration. Peter August Ammon. Allison Marie Bracken. Amanda Lee Hopkins. Britton Jared Lett. Shakita Denise Scott Tilley. Ashley Dominique Woodard. Brittany Marie Pendleton. Rachel Renee Rogers. Tara Diane Cook. Kristen Michelle DeVito. Rachel Lee Reynolds Clark. Bella Morgan Bowen. Sarah Louise Evans. Kathleen Stephanie Mann. Dr. Gary Soap, Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in Education and Leadership Concentration. Melissa Sharon Reese. Graduate Program Coordinator, and Dr. Sarah Miller, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the elementary education pre-K through 6 initial licensure concentration. Della Overstreet Davis. Dr. Christina Kosharshan, Graduate Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood students in the Health and Physical Education concentration.
Yeah, PE.
Karina Alana Chavez. Dustin Ryan Tucker. Cheryl Love Cruz. Jonathan Michael Gagnon. Randy Ann Garganta. Jennifer Michelle Marshall. Margaret Allison Van Tree. Melissa Laurel Whittaker.
Yeah, Miss
Would Dr. Gretchen Braun, Program Coordinator, please come forward to lead the students in the Literacy and Culture concentration? Emily, Kent, and Hope. Paula, Rand, Dean. Dana, Jean, Cobb. Amanda, Diane, Gibson. Lydia, Rice, Haney. Sherry Johnson Jones. Megan Rebecca Lucy. Heather Elizabeth Harris. Kelly Ann Bailey. Desiree Harville Roberts. Ruth Van Brunt Toby. Michelle Crowder Best. Caitlin Elizabeth Horkins. Whitney Louise Wilson. Michelle Nicole Donati Yates. Virginia Elizabeth Harvey Young. Dr. Audrey Church, Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the school library media concentration. Christy Bray Wilkins Height. Krista Marie Hartenbach. Kathleen Caroline Jones Lynn. Cynthia Lamar Gilchrist Rainier. James Hunter Simmons. Shannon Webb Taylor. Sarah Louise Honecker. Tanny Faye Lane. Michelle Robertson McBride. Mariah Virginia Moore. Catherine McBride Rakes. Dr. Chris Jones, Program Coordinator, please come forward to hood the students in the special education concentration. Kristen Ashley Roth. Tiffany Shante Carter Lewis. Abigail Christiana Phillips. Chelsea Lee Bradshaw. Catherine Marie Burkhardt. Mary Elizabeth Dillard. Catherine Dawson Easter. Carmen Rachel Orchard. Margaret Rose Hummel. Amy Lynn Lawson. Mandy Nicole